Family, we're gonna get started in just a minute. I'm just gonna give a minute or so to let more people come in. By the way, to all my mods like Black First or Black Fist and other mods who show up, y'all can chill today. Don't worry about the adverts and things like that. I have a bot that does it automatically. Y'all can just relax. We celebrating today, so hang loose. Share this, like this if you haven't done so, because we are about to have us some fun. All right, family. You know how I do. I can't stand CPT time. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Family, welcome to the first and only, because you can only have this moment once. Our first 1,000 subscribers celebration. Our only 1,000 subscriber celebration. As I promised you, family, I was going to announce it, and we was gonna have us a little get together, a little party, right? So this isn't a show today. This is a chance for me to celebrate you. This is a chance for me to say thank you, the chance to open up the floor. Remember, today, any question that you have, any topic you want to discuss, or whatever the case may be, or want me to discuss, thank you, Sister Twyla, on the congrats. But the congratulations is all due to you. Without y'all, I'm here talking to myself. Okay, so to have 1,000 angry black sheep right there listening to what I have to say, who care about what I have to say, I'm flattered beyond what words can express, right? So how the game is going to go today is, first, thank you very much, show enough. And again, take some of that pride for yourself. For those of you who have been here, for those of you who were here from the beginning when I had maybe 5 people watching, similar to how I have it right now for some strange reason, right? Y'all take some of that congrats for yourself. Those of you who were here when I had 50 subs and was talking to 3 people, take some of that love for yourself, because really, this is all about you today. I'm going to first shout out some folk, give a little history lesson on just this, on Black Outcast Media Broadcasting, right? Shout out some people who I think warrant specific shout outs. We're going to do some question and answers. And again, the floor is yours. Whatever question you want to ask your brother, I don't care what it is, right? Nothing too personal. Nothing's off the table. Ask me whatever you like. We're going to do that for a while. And last but not least, for those who are watching live, there will be a drawing for a $50 either gift card, or if you prefer to have Cash App, PayPal, or something like that, $50 put in your pocket, right? When I seek support from people, I want you all to understand, supporting Black Outcast Media Broadcasting isn't about donations. It isn't about me begging. This is an investment. If you give to me, I want to give back to you. So, we can start off with the questions. Black man said, Mark, how long did it take for you to get 1,000? You know I'm new. Okay, great question. So, I haven't confessed this to anybody on the channel. There's only one person that knows this. But when I first started Black Outcast Media Broadcasting, I actually set a goal for myself of getting 1,000 subs by June, right? I started this channel New Year's Day, January 1st of this year. So we hit 1,000 subs Saturday night. By the way, I don't know if he's here yet. I want to wait maybe until I see him in the chat, because there was somebody who said, hey, I'm 999, but they actually, YouTube had lagged my numbers a bit, and it turns out that that person was my 1,000 sub and put us over the top, right? So I'm going to wait to see if he appears, because I want to shout him out, specifically. But yeah, I started New Year's Day this year, and we reached 1,000 by, what was it, April 6th, April 5th, something like that, right? So yeah, about 4 months, and believe you me when I tell you that I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. I am fortunate to have had quite a few people that believe in my work right from the beginning. So to start with the shout outs, one of the first people I want to shout out is my very first sub. That's correct. Jay Fire knows. Yeah, when you sub Jay, I had like what? I think maybe maybe 400 or so, something like that, somewhere around there. Yeah. So the growth has been explosive, and really, that it all comes down to you guys. You guys sharing the videos, commenting on the videos, and so on and so forth. Right? Show enough remembers when we were sitting at like maybe 4 to 500 or so, right? So, but the first person I want to shout out is a long-term supporter of my work and my very first sub on this channel. You all know her as Jazz Injustice, okay? Sister Jazz is, like I said, a long-term supporter of my work. She was actually one of my subscribers on my old Mark Black channel, right? And I had worked with her a great deal. And thank you for that, Black man. You know, believe it or not, man, the humility that I'm expressing is true humility. It's not false humility. Look, my message since I've been here has always been consistent. But to see people, shout out to my sister Shar, by the way, welcome to the celebration. Um, by the way, family, make sure you hit the like and or hater button on the way in. Make sure you're sharing this, okay? We want people to watch this and get a chance and an opportunity to participate in the celebration. But Jazz has done more to support my work than many of you know. I used to have, it's now defunct, and maybe one day I will look to do it again, but I actually incorporated a registered nonprofit tax exempt organization for um black legal defense. It was called Black, or the Black Legal Assistance Collective. I incorporated it, but Jazz did all the work on the website for the organization. She did all the graphic work for the organization. She's a techie head. She's a programmer and she knows her shit. And she did all of that work and didn't ask for a penny. She also sat on the board of directors for Black, right? When I went through kind of the dark night that I went through as Mark Black on YouTube, Jazz never wavered. Never once did she turn her back on me. Did she, walk away from me? She didn't act like she didn't know who the fuck I was. So Jazz, if you show up, I'm definitely gonna thank you in person. But if you catch this on the re-up or whatever the case may be, sister, I want you to know that the love I have for you is beyond the words I have to express it. I thank you for your allyship. I thank you for your love. I thank you for your hard work. I thank you for your faith. Jazz, this channel probably wouldn't even be without you. Shout out to Sister Kawami. Yes, thank you, Twyla. So there's that piece. Another person that I want to shout out, and y'all already know who this person is, another sister. It's funny. I've had people say, boy, you on some anti-black woman shit. No, I got too many black women that back me. Because this one goes out to Miss Denny, right? You all know Jennifer Denny, ally of ADOS. She's also another long-term subscriber and supporter of mine, a great friend, close personal friend, somebody who I bounce all sorts of ideas off of. Thank you, August, by the way, but congratulate yourselves. This celebration isn't for me. It's for you, right? It's my turn to honor 1,000 angry black sheep, right? This is your day, right? So thank you and congratulations to you for your support, your eyeballs, your time, your efforts, right? We wouldn't have got here without you. But those of you who know Miss Denny knows that she is unfailingly on point. damn nearly in every broadcast. Although she can't be here today, she was off, taking time off from work, and she's now had to return. So of course, I missed that. Uh, but Sister Denny is just a rock. She's faithful, loyal, smart, just an amazing, amazing person. Shout out to my man Double C's. C's in the house. CRU, salute to you, my brother. Speaking of which, there's another person that I want to shout out specifically. I want to give a special shout out to my man CRU. When I was a nobody, 100 subs, CRU was restreaming my content on his channel. Unbeknownst to me, by the way. He didn't even tell me he was doing it, fam. That's the crazy part. CRU was just snatching the content and popping it up on his channel. Now, don't think I was hating because, oh, that nigga's stealing from me. No. He was trying, even in the earliest days of Black Outcast Media, to put another voice out there for people to hear. And I cannot thank the brother enough. CRU, man, here's to you. Here's to you, brother. There she is, Miss Denny in the house. Miss Denny in the house. And yeah, CRU, man, I appreciate that. But what I mean is that when nobody was listening, you were. And I respect you. I esteem you. I adore you, my beloved brother. Thank you so much for your efforts. I want to give another special shout out to Miss Kawami. I bet you wasn't expecting that. Let me tell you a story. So, Antonio and Yvette set up a Facebook group on Facebook. And those of us who have been following their work for the last 3+ years, we were like, yes, we all jumped in. Okay? And Miss Kawami is prolific, right? She's studious. She comes with the facts, with the data, right? She doesn't play, okay? This sister's on it, okay? So she popped up a post. And on Facebook, you can do a like, or you could do like a smiley, like, a laugh or something humorous or whatever the case may be, right? You could show that you're angry or whatever the case may be. Well, I read Miss Kawami's post and I found what she said to be humorous. Not that it was off point. It just humored me personally, so I hit the happy face. Well, Miss Kawami's like, who the hell is this fool? This wasn't a funny post, right? So she came at me. She was like, are you trolling? We got to watch this brother right here. I love that security mind she got. At any rate, to make a long story short, Miss Kawami and I was able to work it out. And as you can see, she's one of my fans, one of my supporters, one of my teammates, one of my ADOS sisters, and a true. And Miss Kawami, you taught me. By the way, thank you, Brother Cease, for the love,
for the angry
man.
Black Sheep Church, curbing the dollar circulating in my community.
Woo woo! Thank you, Cease. I appreciate the love. Miss Kawami, you taught me that even when someone appears to be a detractor, they can be a supporter without even knowing it. You and I working together to make sure that we had clarity on our respective issues was allowing us to be able to unite, to cleave to each other. And that's what this whole thing is all about. So I salute you, dear sister, and I thank you for your love and your support. Right? Again, shout outs gonna be flowing like water up in here. Shout out to my brother Double C ADOS. Started off as CC Sanders, jumped on the ADOS train. Boom, he's Double C, also known as my brother Cease. Cease, you already know how I feel about you, man. Seriously, dog. But I'm gonna share it with the people, and you just gonna have to lift up a cup because I know your ass is doing it. This man Cease is one of the most solid brothers that anybody could ever have as a friend, as a teammate, as a tribesman. Cease is all about that ADOS life. And he's one of the coolest brothers I know in that he doesn't have any pretense about him. What you see with that brother is what you get. You the authenticity that you hear in his voice, just when he's talking to you back and forth across, across Discord or whatever the case may be, is evident. And that is so rare amongst us as ADOS people because so many of us are embracing this aspirational shit where we try to act like our life is something that it's not. To run across somebody who is authentic, somebody who is what you see, what you get, is rare and it's priceless. I've bounced many ideas off my brother Cease and have been able to get some solid feedback that helped guide me aright. I truly believe that like iron sharpens iron, so does one person sharpen another. And Cease is one of my honing stones. Brother keeps me sharp. And I got nothing but mad respect for him. By the way, family, these shout outs are not going out in any particular order. So if I haven't mentioned you yet, don't worry, I'm getting there. All right? Next shout out that I want to give is to a brother that y'all seen pop into chat intermediate, every so often. He's an elder of mine, somebody who I respect and esteem greatly. He always sharpens me up, keeps me tight, and was also instrumental in bringing a lot of you to see my face. And that is none other than the Black Gnostic Speaks, also known as the Elder Brother BGS. BGS, man, I have already thanked you profusely, both publicly as well as privately. I just want to reiterate that my gratitude at your efforts to put my voice in front of more people. I appreciate it far beyond the words I can come up with to express it. And I just hope, Elder Brother, that I remain worthy of your esteem, your respect. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you have done, your efforts, because I I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now if it were not for you. I'm going to probably repeat that a lot in these shout outs, family. So y'all just going to have to deal with it. I got another person I want to shout out. Sister Shar Willie. Sister Shar is one of those people, family, that you don't even appreciate that you have in your life until you have them. I know that sounds weird, right? But Sister Shar is one of those people that she's really low key, really behind the scenes, right? You'll see her popping up links to my merch and, to support my work and stuff like that, right? She stay a lot behind the scenes. But when I tell you that this woman is easily the hardest working woman on Black YouTube, this is not hyperbole, family. She not only does this for brothers like myself, but for many other people. It seems like everywhere I go, Sister Shar is there, supporting, uplifting, boosting, right? Hyping, making sure that people knows what's going on. Miss Denny, remember, leave them nothing, take from them everything. And don't work too hard, sister. I'm glad you came and joined us in the celebration briefly, right? Sister Shar, I am shouting you out specifically today just in light of the sheer hard work that you put in support of the people and the causes that you believe in. I've seen you everywhere supporting so many people, and I'll lay you $1 to a dozen donuts. Those people, some of those people don't appreciate the gift that we have in people like you. It is my honor to support you, my honor to lift you up, and to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your efforts and making sure that things run smoothly, right? Because as people's channels grow, it gets hard to manage things. Right now, I have so many mods. More people are still acting, asking to become mods. I ain't creating no new mods for a minute yet, but trust me, I got my eyes on some folk, all right? Who else do I want to shout out? Oh, Brother Kraken in the house. Salute to you, my brother. Oh, yes. I want to shout out a brother who I consider like a brother from another mother at this point. Real, step your ass up to the plate, bruh, and take this shout out. You know what it is. August, I hear you, bruh. You know what? And I want to thank you for that. Because I don't think that ADOS is difficult to understand, which is why I don't see why we don't have more advocates. Because once you understand what ADOS is all about, what ADOS person would fail to get on this train? You feel me? But real, when I first met this brother, he was going hard in the paint because he's got so much fire. This brother is living ADOS life in a way that should be the premise of books, multiple books. My brother, real, and I hope you don't mind me sharing a little bit about your history, bro. I'm gonna try to keep it not too deep, but my brother, real, has been through some shit. Right? He's had his run-ins with this country and how it can treat ADOS men. But when you look at this brother and you see the smile on his face and the fire in his eyes, and you hear the passion in his voice, and you see this man going from neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood with pamphlets, with information on ADOS, getting in people's faces, doing the work, you can't do nothing but respect it. And so, brother real, man, I respect you, but more importantly, man, I esteem you. You are a valuable resource to a community that needs to know more about people like you, man. Brothers like you. They need to be around more brothers like you. And if you never heard it from nobody, man, you heard it from your big bro here, man. Who else do I want to shout out? We're going to be on some Oprah shit. You get a shout out, and you get a shout out, and you get a shout out. Oh, yes. I want to shout out my missus, Angie. Y'all have never seen Angie, and you probably never will. But Angie is the wind beneath the brother's wings. There is not a word I speak. There is not an action I undertake. There is not anything that I do that she doesn't back 100%. And when I say 100%, I mean 100%. No arguments, no drama, just support. I lucked out. I have the best wife on the planet. Shout out to my brother Paul. Welcome to the celebration. And you right, ADOS or nothing. Angie, you the shit. You the shit. And it is what it is. You know that I'm going to ride with you just like you ride with me. So, honey, I love you. Oh, man, I could just shout out so many people for so many different reasons. Shout out to Zen. Zen is becoming rapidly a research source and a tool to provide us with content. There was a broadcast I did, a Sucker Free Saturday broadcast. I was actually inspired by a comment that Brother Zen made under one of my videos. And so I want to give him a little shout out here during this time frame and thank him for his work, his efforts to support. See, family, one of the things that many of you who have never had to create content before don't understand is that while you might see one face, there's so many people that go into the creation of even a single video that gets in your face. So many people. There's so much to it. All the congratulations that everybody's giving to me, give to yourselves. Because when I say that you guys are doing the work, I mean just that. You think that clicking a thumb on a video or sharing the link on your social media isn't a big deal. You would be sadly, sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. By the way, shout out to BK Hammer. Welcome to the broadcast. Actually, not a broadcast, the celebration. It is a true fact that without my subscribers, without the angry black sheep herd, this thing would be nothing. This would be a brother in Washington State talking to himself. Y'all do so much. And today, y'all get the credit. Not me. Not me. Who else do I want to shout out? Let's see here. Oh, I know who I want to shout out. I want to shout out my haters. You know who you are. No Possibilities. And all you other ones that came here to troll, call yourself trying to debate me, so on and so forth. I want to shout y'all out. Because if it were not for you, I can tell you for a certainty this channel wouldn't exist. If it was not for people like Few to No Possibilities, basically blackballing my voice, shunting me off, I wouldn't have gotten to a point where I was willing to embrace being an outcast, where I was willing to just tell the unvarnished truth and damn who didn't like it. My haters inspired me. They not only inspired me, but they gifted me. So shout out to the haters. I hope some of y'all hit that hater button. I always get at least 1 or 2 haters every time I stream, and I love them. I love my haters. I love them. Absolutely. Exactly, Miss Kwame. Haters are motivators. Shout out to the haters. Lift your cups up while you're spitting in the one you want to hand to me. I ain't got nothing but love for you haters. Nothing but love. Keep the hate coming. All you do is make me better. You make me sharper. You make me more of an advocate for my people. You make me more of an advocate for ADOS. Keep the hate coming. I needs that. All right, family. We'll get back to somebody will pop in the chat and I'll remember that I was supposed to shout them out because you know I'm old, right? So let's get into some Q&A shit. Anybody out there right now viewing got any questions that they want to ask your man? Any topic, any subject, the floor is yours. I will answer any question you have with 100% honesty, transparency, and clarity. And you're right, sure enough, it does take haters. It does take haters, man. I was taught that in a really powerful way by one of my subscribers. Came on the channel. I actually blocked this motherfucker 3 times. Finally, they came back on and they said, wait a minute. Pause. They said, you blocking me, but you need to address me. If what I'm telling is true, it's not going to be any less true for you blocking me. And if what I'm saying is not true, then just simply demonstrate it's not true, and I will stop being a detractor. That person is now one of my greatest supporters today. Right? So my haters taught me a powerful lesson. All haters are is supporters that you haven't scraped the detracting off yet. Once you scrape that off, you got a dyed-in-the-wool supporter waiting to support you. Yeah, I know, black man, the spit. Come on, family, hit me with the questions. I know y'all got some. What y'all want to know about your man? What y'all want to know about how I do what I do? This is your turn to get behind the scenes, to ask the man. Shout out to Sister Monty. Welcome to the broadcast. Oh, sorry, celebration. You know I'm used to saying broadcast, right? Welcome to the celebration, sister. I can't believe that I'm celebrating 1,000 subs and I got 17 viewers. That's okay. That means all those people won't have a chance to win that money. Because I told you, there's going to be a drawing at the end of this broadcast for a $50 gift card, Visa gift card, or if you have Cash App, PayPal, and you prefer to get it that way, I can go ahead and send you the cash directly. Why am I doing that? One of the things that I had always hoped on this channel was to be able to give just as good as I get. I never understood these channels that had so many subscribers, people just throwing resources and time and love and energy at these people, and you never seen them give a damn thing back except the content. How did I come up with the show name? Great question. First of all, I am kind of on some Jason Black shit. I don't call this a show. It's a broadcast, right? Because I'm not usually here to entertain, although I am being entertained today. But I know the spirit of your question. So I told you that I have been broadcasting about 3 years under Mark Black, right? That channel still exists. I would recommend that you go and view some of the content there. There's a lot of great stuff there. The only thing is that a lot of it is directed towards a pan-Black or pan-African point of view, all right? So, understand that going in, that I'm not there anymore. But the content, the data, the information is still solid. But because of various circumstances, I ended up kind of outcasted from the pro-Black community on YouTube. And I was doing a broadcast on New Year's Eve last year, right? So New Year's Eve 2018. And I had maybe 5, 6 people watching, right? It was my New Year's Eve broadcast. And I had been thinking about doing something else. Just saying, fuck it. And so I was doing this broadcast, and we got to the end of the topics, basically. I was done kind of talking, so it was just me freestyling at that point. And so I started talking about my experience as a pro-Black YouTuber here on YouTube. By the way, I have at least 3 videos, confessions of a former pro-Black YouTuber here on this channel. You should go watch them. The shit's hilarious. There's another person I want to shout out, by the way, Sister Lila. Sister Lila is a long-term supporter, long-term subscriber, long-term friend. She's been with me since pretty much the beginning of Mark Black, which is like 3 years ago. Lila, you already know how I feel about you, but now they know. At any rate, Black man, I just pulled the trigger. I just said, you know what? Man, fuck y'all. I said, y'all are not my audience, right? So on and so forth, okay? And I quit them. I said, you don't have to kick me out of the pro-Black community, motherfuckers, because I quit you. And that day, Black Outcast Media Broadcasting was born. First of all, Black. I'm Black, right? Second, I embraced my outcast status. Media, of course, is this. I'm producing media. And broadcasting, I'm sharing it with the world. The name basically created itself, brother. And I hope that answers your question. Let's see here is another question. Show Enough asks, what do you drink in your ADOS cup? Okay, so believe it or not, family, I don't really like coffee. At least not the way that you think. Like, I will drink coffee for the flavor, right? Don't worry, Twyla, I'm going to get to your question. I'm scrolling back up and through the chat, so I'm going to get everybody's questions. But what do I drink in my ADOS cup? It varies. There are times when I'm doing a morning Joe where there's actually nothing in the cup. I show off the cup because I'm lifting my cup up with you. But there'll be many mornings when I don't have anything in it. When I'm sitting inside and I'm doing an inside Joe, not a walking Joe. Like, 'cause it's hard to walk with a mug, You know what I'm saying? And coffee splashing all over the place. So when I'm doing an inside joke, sometimes I'll have coffee. I've had tea in my mug. I've had soda, right? Like I'll have a Pepsi or something like that. There's times when I'll just have water in my mug. So it really does vary what I drink in my ADOS cup. I drink every and anything. The only thing I haven't had out of my cup yet is soup. You know how you make some soup in your cup and then eat it out? I haven't done that yet, but that's coming. Let's see here. Real says, how do you see yourself doing better for ADOS? Okay, great question. So part of that was what I wanted to address today in this celebration is future plans. What would I like to do more of and do better with? The first thing that I want to do better for you guys is I want to push Discord more. And there's a couple of different reasons why I want to do that, but here's a big one. It's because on Discord, we can organize a lot better than we can in YouTube chat. On Discord, we can voice chat, we can text chat, we can connect with each other. I want to see more of us connecting offline, becoming friends, tribes people, brothers and sisters offline. If ADOS is going to have any effect, family, we're going to have to take it from the like the social media sphere, right? The electronic side of the house. And we got to bring it into the real world. So I want to make sure to do that, to emphasize more the connections between a multitude of ADOS people. Another thing that I intend to do more of is I actually, once I have the means to do so, intend to actually do um, more interviews with people who are just as scholarly, if not more scholarly than me. Like, if I ever have Dr. Darity on my channel, I'm gonna faint, right? Because I'm a huge fan of his. It's ridiculous, right? So I want to get you guys more people in front of you. I actually issued a call for people who would want to broadcast, who maybe are currently broadcasting, but just have small channels or whatever, to come and join Black Outcast Media. So far, I have not had anyone bite, but that's okay, right? I want to build this up to a media platform that no matter when you click on this page, there's content available for you, right? And all of it around ADOS stuff, right? So another thing that I want to do more of is I want to do more giving back. Today, with the contest that we're going to have today, where I share some money with you, is just the start. Because for those people who ain't here watching live and are missing out, you guys are getting to be the first to hear about this. I do Sucker Free Saturday. Every Saturday. The last Saturday of every month moving forward, I'm committing to a giveaway every last Saturday. So every Sucker Free Saturday, that's the last Saturday of that month. If you're watching live, you have the opportunity to win books, money, resources, right? Like I said, I never understood people who thought that just having the opportunity to jump in front of you and say whatever the fuck they want means that when you contribute to them or when you donate or tip them or whatever the case may be, that that's an even exchange. No, if you're offering me support, I want to support you too. I want to put tangibles in your hand, which is why I sell my merchandise, which is why I want to why I want to have things like that. Gab, welcome to the broadcast, brother. Peace to you. Brother Barshawn's in the house, right? So those are just a few ideas that I have, real, and I hope that answers your question. Trust me, I've got plenty of more. Okay, Sister Twyla said, when did you begin to hold the ADOS line, our issues specifically? So, Sister Twyla, I actually have been following Antonio and Yvette now for about the whole time they've been on YouTube, right? I remember when Yvette was on Boyce Watkinson's channel, right? And I thought what the sister had to say was pretty dope even then. And so when she started her own thing, of course, I supported that. So I've been with her through Politics 101 and Politics 102, right? Where we got our education and learned the questions to ask, like who you, right? To consider the source and to ground ourselves in the data and things like that. You still hear me, even today, using phraseology that Yvette and Tone developed, right? So I've always been in sympathy with what would ultimately become known as the ADOS movement. I don't like to use that term, but um, basically, when the hashtag was dropped, I started full throated advocacy and have been maintaining that full throated advocacy ever since then. But you could argue that I've always supported ADOS issues and interests specifically. There's never been a time when I have not. But as far as this massive, constant, daily, all go and no quit advocacy, basically, my channel started fortuitously at the time the hashtag dropped. And so I just jumped on that and stayed on that, right? And that's where we've been ever since. Yes, real. Let's get 1,000 more. Yeah, I know, Cease. I love man, I love the taste of coffee, right? But it just doesn't do anything for me. Sister Lila said, "Do I ever promote my book on economics?" You know, sister, I've been trying to figure out what book you're talking about because I haven't wrote a book on economics. And maybe I should. I do have quite a few ideas around economics, but no, I don't know if it maybe perhaps was somebody else, you know what I'm saying, that you got that book from, but it wasn't your boy. Okay, let's see here. Any other questions here? Thank you, by the way, Gab. Oh, thank you, Gab. You the shit, man. I appreciate it. Gab. So I want to shout out a brother that done all the new logos and the new graphics for my channel. Brother Jason. Jason, are you in here? I was hoping you'd be here because I wanted to shout you out specifically. My brother Jason saw my logo, the Angry Black Sheep. And he was like, I think I can do something better. I'm not certain, but I think I can. Right? And so he sent me his work and I loved it right off the bat. And the crazy part about it, family, to show you how we are as ADOS people when we cleave and unite with each other, I offered to pay the brother, right? Because you know how I feel. Don't muzzle the ox while they treading the grain, right? You know what he asked me for? He asked me for a shirt and a mug with the new logo on it. That's what he wants. So, Jason, you got that coming, bruh. Please believe it. And thank you so much for what you've done for me. Let's see here. BK Hammer said, who inspired you to walk your path? Next, do you see any worthy support of ADOS by any presidential candidate? Got you. All right. Yeah, that new logo is killing them. I'm really, really pleased with it. So who inspired me to walk my path? This is going to sound cliche as fuck, but my mother. My mother, when I was young, she used to tell me stories about when she was young. She used to mess around with like Black Panthers and stuff like that back in the day, the Civil Rights Movement. My mother was born in 1954, right? So she was a teenager during the Civil Rights Movement. And so she would tell me stories and things like that. And as I grew older and started to go out here into the world and see what ADOS life was really like, I remember coming to my mother and asking her, saying, Mama, why didn't you tell me that our fight, our struggle still continues? My mother is the one who taught me that my people are worth fighting for. Always worth fighting for. I have never hated black folk. I never will. I'm not one of these motherfuckers that be talking about, I love black people, but I hate niggas. Nope, I love niggas too. I love black folk, ADOS folk, all day long and 3 times on Sunday. So it was my mama who inspired me to walk this path. Now, as far as any candidate that's worth supporting by ADOS, shout out, by the way, to Malika, KT, Straightforward. Barshawn, I think I shouted you out, brother, but if I didn't, I'm shouting you out again because you know I love you, right? So shout out to you. Okay, so had you asked me this question, BK, like 3 weeks ago, I did have an answer. I was going to posit that a candidate who might be worth looking at would be Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is a veteran, which I respect because I'm a fucking veteran. I know what it takes to get out there and put your ass on the line for this country, right? Tulsi Gabbard is also anti-war, anti-intervention. A lot of the shit that this country deals with is because we going around stomping all over the motherfucking globe like we own the place. A President Gabbard wouldn't have that. She also quietly, low-key, with no fanfare, no type of pandering, she didn't even fucking mention it. I actually had somebody else tell me about it, signed off on HR 40. Now, we all know we have our issues with HR 40, truth be told. But she didn't have to do that. Of all the Democratic candidates so far, Tulsi Gabbard is the one that I think is the most just, the most solid, and I think would be a fantastic fucking president. That said, no Democrat right now I think is worth voting for. Thank you, KT. Welcome to the Angry Black Sheep. Woo woo! Or I should say, right? Glad to have you. But now I say, damn the Democrats. They have disrespected us so badly, family, that it's not even funny. I mean, they literally take us for a joke at this point. And to be quite fair, we've let them. I repeatedly say over and over and over again that we've allowed the Democrats to completely shit on all of us, right? So you can't blame them for doing what a dog do, but you can take and roll up the newspaper and slap their ass across the snout. And I think that's what black people need to do to the Democrats in 2020, 2022, 2024, and so on and so forth. We need to keep putting the hurt on these motherfuckers. We need to keep putting the smack down on them. And I hope that answers you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? AOC's fake ass Southern act. Look, if I see another motherfucking Democrat come into a church because they think all of us go to church and start acting like they owe Southern Baptist preachers, I swear to God, I'm grabbing some rope and I'm going to jail. Seriously, I'm sick of the fucking pandering. I'm sick of them treating us like we're political neophytes, like we don't know what the fuck we want and who the hell we are. Damn the Democrats. So, BK, I hope that gives you just a touch. Trust me, you can ask more questions if you want, but I hope that gives you a touch and gives you an answer that you find satisfactory. Black man said, do I ever take phone calls? Bruh, email me. I'll give you my number. You can call me whenever you want. Yes, I do take phone calls. I don't take phone calls on the broadcast because I don't have the means set up for that as of yet, right? As y'all know, and this ain't no, play for sympathy or anything like that, but your boy's unemployed, right? My job is full-time ADOS advocacy, and I don't make a lot of money doing this, right? So, when we had that kind of, I ain't gonna call it a kerfluffle, but just a disagreement about whether or not I should be able to offer merchandise and things like that. Family, I'm not making Grand Theft Loot doing this. I'm not making a killing. Yeah, I love my people and they love me, but that love is shown more in support in other ways, not necessarily monetarily, right? So I don't have the means to set up like a call bank. Now, I suppose one day I could maybe take some video and show y'all my setup. I've got a mixer board set up here. Of course, you guys know I've got this microphone right here, right? This is a condenser mic on an arm, on a boom. I've got all of that patched into my computer that I just built. Nice video processing, audio processing, computer, and so on and so forth, right? But that all costs money. Money I really don't have like that for the things I really want. Some future plans that I do have is to start taking phone calls. So as it stands now, if you want to talk to me, like on the phone or whatever, email me. That's blackoutcastmedia@gmail. And we can talk anytime you like. But as far as on the phone, no. I usually take people chiming in through Discord. This little black area over here next to my face, this little black area over here, that's where you see people in Discord when I'm doing voice chat via Discord, right? So if you ever want to appear on the broadcast, that'll be how you do it. All right, let's see here. Another question. All right. Boy, y'all are getting it in. I love it. Yeah, Lila, Tulsi is damn good. Too damn good for the Democrats, if you ask me. All right. Let's see here. All right. No more questions, family? Y'all not gonna hit me with no questions? What is this? This is your opportunity to ask the crazy shit. Y'all better get this in. I might not offer it again. Actually, that's not true because I got something that I'm gonna announce toward the end of the video here. So but yeah, Kenya said we got to get away from the black church. You know, I used to think that, Kenya, because I'm an atheist. Well, okay, let me rephrase this. Everybody I've told my religious or spiritual stance on has said I'm agnostic. All right, now I believe I'm an atheist, but they say I'm agnostic. That being said, though, the black church is actually a great resource for our community, but it needs to be utilized right. Okay? And we could talk about that on a future broadcast. All right. So let's see here. Yeah, you're welcome, black man. I'm glad I can answer that. Miss Kwame, do I enjoy making content? Sister, does you goddamn right answer your question? I love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So let me give y'all a little bit of behind the scenes, right? On how I do content. When I first started on YouTube, there was nothing, and I mean nothing, that I did that was freestyle. No, right? Not at all. When I first started on YouTube, I scripted everything, meaning I wrote it out. There was a program that I use, or there is a program that I use called Audacity, and I would record it. There's my nephew, Dave. Welcome to the broadcast. By the way, shout out to B1 Congo and Thomas B. I saw y'all popped up in here, but I wanted to shout y'all out. And I would record the audio. And then at that time, I had a Mac computer, right? An iMac. So I used Final Cut Pro to piece together a video with that audio, which I would then upload to my Mark Black channel. And that was how I did content at first. And then I saw somebody do a live broadcast, and I was like, damn, I don't know if I could do that, but I'd like to try, right? So I did my first live broadcast. This was way back in like 2016. And so I started doing more live broadcasts, and I found that live broadcasts take a different thought process than writing. Right, I'm an excellent writer. And this is not to hype myself up. I've written books, okay? So I'm an excellent writer. But speaking this way, live, is much more natural. It's much more personal, which at first I wasn't really comfortable with. I wasn't sure what level of engagement I really wanted from my people. But do I enjoy making content? Abso-freaking-lutely. The behind the scenes of this is going to blow your mind. I never do an outline anymore for any broadcast. I know, sounds strange, right? Because I'm able to go from topic to topic to topic, keep things on task, so on and so forth. But I'm telling you, there is no notes here in front of me on this screen. right? This is all stream of consciousness right here. This is all ad lib, boom, live right in your face. If I make a flub, there it is, right? And I love it. So let's see here. By the way, Miss Kwame, does that answer your question? I hope so, sister. I absolutely love making content. Thomas asks, do I believe Mark Thompson got assaulted? You obviously are not following me on Twitter, are you, Thomas? Because if you was, you would have saw the post that I put under that bullshit ass claim that he made to be assaulted and said, until I see a police report, I'm not believing shit. So no, I don't think he got assaulted. You feel me? Yes, Barshawn, you should get a mug while you still can. I will more than likely be taking down. Don't worry about it, brother Barshawn. By the way, I know you've had a lot of shit going on. But yeah, I will be pretty soon though, only having merchandise with my new logo on it. As you all know, I don't have a problem with anybody using the hashtag to offer merchandise to people and things like that. But I would rather not create a conflict where there doesn't need to be one. There's no disrespect meant to Antonio or Yvette by me offering a mug that says ADOS on it with a quote from MLK. But, you know, there are people who don't watch me regularly who will come here and assume that I'm being a motherfucking carpetbagger, that I'm being an opportunist, that I'm riding off of their coattails when they don't even understand that I do my own advocacy. What I do is in addition to what Tone and Yvette does. It's not connected to them. Do you see what I'm saying? Right? So rather than even make that an issue, if you're going to get the original Angry Black Sheep mug, I would recommend you do it soon because there will be a time pretty soon, very quickly, when it's going to go away. All right? Oh, B1, if I could reach through this screen right now, why do I look like Dr. Boyce Watkins? I don't know, B1. You tell me, bruh. First of all, I don't think Boyce Watkins is a bad-looking cat. I think he got some bad fucking ideas in his head, but I don't think he's a bad-looking cat, so I'm going to take that as a compliment. I just need to snazz up better. You know, like Boyce be having on them suits and shit, like, you know, GQ smoothie and all, you know. Your boy be sitting here with a motherfucking, you know, t-shirt or a throwback on, you know what I mean? Like, so, you feel me? Yeah, I don't know why I look like Dr. Boyce Watkins. I mean, Dr. Boyce Watkins is ADOS. I think a lot of us is related. So that might be my, you know, my relative on the low. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take that. Somebody said put Ted Hayes on the interview list. Definitely. Lila said, what's my home base, my hometown? So, great question, Sister Lila. I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri, home of the Chiefs, bomb-ass barbecue, and Riverview Projects. Shout out to Riverview. I was born and raised there, grew up in Kansas City, subsequently left Kansas City when I joined the Army at 18, right? Came up here to Washington State where I fell in love with mountains and green, and I stayed. Left for a while, went back to Kansas City for about 8 years or so. But since 2004, I've been up here in Washington State. And this is as home, you know, as much home as anything's ever going to be for me, I think. Right? So, Lila, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Blackman903 says, do you have any guns? Ladies, cover your ears. Is pig pussy pork? Of course I got steel. Black man, what do you think this is, bruh? There's no way in hell that a brother like myself is going to get on any public platform, tell people my government name, tell them where I'm at, show my face, and do everything but put my social security number and my address up here and not carry the steel. You're absolutely right, I got guns. As a matter of fact, I have multiple guns. You dig? multiple guns. Okay? And yes, I am definitely conversant in how to use them. So anybody who might be thinking that, all that gray hair, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth, that brother might be, I think I could take him. Go right ahead. I ain't no easy win, nigga. I shoot first and ask questions later. You feel me? Yeah, I definitely have guns. Right now, my everyday carry piece is a Smith and Wesson M&P 40 caliber. I've got the polymer, the one with the polymer frame. That's the desert polymer, so it's brown polymer, metal slide, right? 15 plus one, and I also have another magazine for it. I thought I had my gun around here. I'd show it off to y'all. I love this motherfucker. It's pretty, and I got it at the pawn shop for dirt cheap, right? For about 300. So I love that piece. But I got an extra mag that came with it. That's a 20 round magazine, right? So yeah, absolutely, definitely love my guns. I also have a bullshit ass high point that I bought for 150 bucks, 40 cal. I think it's a 10 shot straight, inline magazine. Big old ugly slab of a gun. But hey, it'll throw lead down range and get the job done. All right. So I got that one kind of as a backup. You feel me? And I also have a 22. Oh, nice, Barshawn. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I also have a 22 rifle. That's for marksmanship, though. I learned how to shoot when I was a Boy Scout. As a teenager, we went to Boy Scout camp, and there they had a rifle range where we learned how to shoot 22 rifles. So I have a tube-fed, I think it's like 13-round tube-fed magazine, bolt action 22 rifle that I use for teaching marksmanship, to teach you breath control, maintaining proper sight alignment to get a good sight picture, how to squeeze the trigger, and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, I've got multiple guns. Let's see here. Other questions. Yeah, I definitely got guns. Definitely got guns. Okay, when are y'all gonna be on Discord? Tazaba, when are you gonna be on Discord? We always on Discord. Look, family, if you want to know where the action be happening, all the real good conversation, that be happening on Discord. Get at us. Let's see here. What was the worst mistake you made on YouTube that you could talk about? August Dreams, great damn question. The worst mistake. The worst mistake I ever made on YouTube was assuming that simply because other YouTubers were content creators like me, that we had a common interest. There's so much back channel politics and fuckery that goes on the black side of YouTube. It's not even funny, fam. Not even funny. Not even funny. Let me run some shit down for you. On the black sector of YouTube, you will have people that will get together and plan beefs. I'm not bullshitting. They will get together and say, okay, we gonna pretend that we beefing with each other just to drive up subscriber numbers, right? Because they know, unfortunately, black folk love drama. You got black YouTubers who will claim to be in alliance with one another, who will be secretly working behind the scenes to throw shade using troll accounts on your channel to try to take away your subs. Lila, no. Lila's been there for all the hard lessons I learned on YouTube. The biggest mistake I ever made on YouTube was assuming that, hey, I'm creating content, you're creating content, discussing some of the same subjects. We're natural allies. Unfortunately, just like in life, YouTube, a lot of times you have no friends. And that's a hard lesson to learn. but it's one that this is why you don't see me involved a lot with what other people are doing a lot on YouTube. Like people come to me and they'll say, "Hey, did you hear such and such a so and so say such and such a so and so?" I'll just go, okay. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say about it? Nothing. None of my business. What people do on their channels and what content they broadcast, I stay the hell out of it. Even if I align with them, I stay the hell out of it. Because you never actually truly know on YouTube as other content creators who you can actually trust. I'm not going to mention this person's name, but there's a YouTuber I follow that is a well-known black YouTuber. If you mention any other person's content in their channel, their mods will delete your comment. This person has tens of thousands of subs and won't let anybody other than that person get any exposure, any shine. Real talk. And this person, if I told you who this person was, you wouldn't believe me. Well-known YouTuber. Well-known. You can't even mention a single hint of another YouTuber, any information from other YouTubers or anything during their broadcast. They will take your comment and cut that motherfucker. You're done. And if you continue to try to speak on these other YouTubers, they'll boot you. They'll ban you right out of the chat. That never happens here. I mentioned Tariq with respect. I mentioned Yvette and Tone with respect and esteem. I mentioned Jason Black and Professor Black True with respect and esteem. I've got people who watch. Family, I'm all over social media. So when I tell you I've seen Monty a bunch of times on Yvette's channel, I also see her watching Jason Black's live broadcast. She knows I'm telling the truth. Right? We all go over everywhere on Black YouTube. But the biggest mistake I ever made was assuming that other content creators had the same ethics, the same moral base, the same desire for transparency, the same respect for subscribers, the same respect for other YouTubers and other content creators as I do. That was the biggest mistake I ever made on YouTube. August, I know that was lengthy, long-winded, but I wanted to answer that question thoroughly. So I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak on it. All right, let me go back here because y'all got a whole, right? CRU, we got guns. We got them. And no, I don't think they forgot I was a veteran. But you're right, CRU. If it ain't within reach, it's too far away. It's around here. So actually, it's right over there. All right. So let's see here. Let's see here. More questions. Right, Real? I'm not arguing with nobody here at Tubman with a shot. That's facts. I love that, by the way. Black man said, do I have suppressors? No. I believe in psychological warfare. I want my guns to be loud. Even if they 22s, I don't want to hear pat, pat, pat. I want to hear boom, boom, boom. I want to scare the shit out of motherfuckers when I'm shooting at them. Right? All right. And Show Enough asked, why do you think the groups that have received reparations aren't for ADOS to get them also? Great question. Great question, Show Enough. And I've got my ideas on it. Part of the reason why is that, by the way, shout out to Leo and Zulu who just popped in. Welcome to the celebration, brothers. Glad to have you. Part of the reason why, Show Enough, is because until recently, Black people have been basically kind of all over the place as far as identity goes. Right? ADOS is the first real opportunity that we have, or that we've had, to actually unite across various social classes, various educational attainments, various, employment situations, and so on and so forth. So there's that. It's been a problem mostly of identity. Even now, You got people that argue, well, why are y'all identifying with slavery? Or, you got people saying, well, shouldn't it be USDAS or so on and so forth, right? So we still have a problem with identity. You feel me? Those other groups make it clear, whether they atheist, agnostic, Christian, or whatever. If they Jews, they Jews. And they all cleave to their Jewishness, their Jewish lineage and heritage. So there's no issue as to whether or not they should receive reparations when a crime has been shown to have occurred to the so-called Jew. I don't really consider the Ashkenazim and the Sephardim Jews, but I digress, right? So it's been there's Jazz. Jazz, sister, welcome. Oh, girl, I'm glad you wasn't here at the beginning because you get embarrassed too easy, and I shouted your ass out. Woo! Ask the family, Jazz, how I talked you up. I lavished on you today, sister, and I'm so glad to see you. Sure enough, another reason why they aren't for us getting reparations is because reparations is truly the game changer for America. Quiet as is kept. And this is going to blow a lot of yours mind. There's a lot of so-called Americans that hate Americans, that hate America, that hate this country, right? We as ADOS, for as bad as America has been to us, have always fought for America. Always fought for America. There has never, ever been a time, even before America existed, we were fighting for it, right? We being these advocates for America and receiving our reparations, the debt that's due us is a reset. Because Leo hit it right there. I saw that in the chat. Leo said, hit the reset button, right? What this allows us to do is not just to change our condition. Fixing ADOS fixes America in a real way because we are really, truly the only damned loyal Americans there are in this country. Everybody else only loves America when they can get what they can get from America. We have loved this country even when this country hasn't loved us. And by hitting that reset button, by us getting our debt paid, it changes the game for so many mercenary motherfuckers who've been eating with no love, who've been sitting at the table with no respect. That's, in my opinion, why they're against us getting our due. And yes, Lila, I've read Noam Chomsky's Manufacturing Consent. Let's see here. Do I play chess? I used to. But believe it or not, the older I get, the more boring chess gets. When I was a kid, I thought chess was so intellectual, such a thinking man's game. And it is. No slight to chess players. But the older I get, the less I want to take all that time to play fucking chess. You know what I'm saying? I would rather, play a puzzle or something or do a crossword. But yeah, I do play chess. Just not as much as I used to. Let's see here. Let me go through, look for some questions. I'm loving y'all's questions, by the way. Keep them coming, family. This is y'all's moment. This is y'all's moment. You can get me on record. Haters, if you're looking to get me on record for saying some ill shit, now's the time to ask your shaded ass question so you can get the straight dope and you can be pointing and say, see, Mark Black is... We've been here. Fixing us not only fixes us, but fixes America. And it fixes the diaspora too. Because if you think that we're going to just sit here after we get our due and not do something for blackness in general, you'd be sadly mistaken. Which is why the bullshit that we hate other black groups is just crap. So, JB, look out. By the way, I haven't seen the name, or maybe I have, but only like once, right? So JB, welcome. Have you subscribed? I hope you become a member of the Angry Black Sheep Herd. Do we revise HR 40 or we do it all together? I think that we need to redo everything around HR 40. I support the need for some short, very short committee to come up with the number and to also be the mechanism to institute distribution. I am not for HR 40 as it's currently consisting, with all these people that could be completely antithetical to anything resembling a just and comprehensive reparations scheme that have the say on the reports and what gets reported and what doesn't. Fuck all that. Right? So, yeah, I say that the whole HR 40 process, I think HR 40 is a great litmus test, though, because if we can't even get people to support HR 40, then we already know where they stand as enemies of ours. You feel me? Shonuff said, I've heard some say that ADOS was here before slave ships. What's your take? I can't find real solid proof. Does it exist? Great question. And yeah, damn, Shonuff, I thought you liked me, man, because you asked one that's definitely like a bomb dropper. In my humble opinion, and I am not a scholar, although I do study anthropology, sociology, and all this other stuff, I have not found any what I would consider solid proof of any large presence of Africans in the New World. Do I believe that Africans have been in the New World before Columbus? Yes. It just makes sense when you look at the currents between South America and Africa that there can and probably has been some people that have made it from Africa to South America. But in any large numbers enough to constitute a distinct population that wouldn't ultimately over time be basically bred back into the lineage of people that are here already? No, I don't really see any evidence of that. Hope that answers your question. Um, let's see here. Have I read The Debt by Randall Robinson? Yes, I have. I read The Debt back in the 90s. As a matter of fact, The Debt was the first time I had ever heard of even the idea of reparations. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to Randall Robinson for even putting that idea out there. And the book was actually a really good read. Like, he gives you a solid database breakdown of reparations. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, absolutely. I read it. Yeah, sure enough, we still finding out truths. This is why I answered the question the way I answered it. I don't currently see enough evidence to support the assertion that in large numbers or to any substantive degree that Africans have spent a lot of time here in the New World. That is not to say, of course, that some new archaeological find or some, new information or data won't come out tomorrow that completely overturns everything, right? I read Ivan Van Sertima's work. I think that the Olmec heads as evidence is definitely suggestive, right? So I'm not discounting it out of hand that there has been some African or black presence in the New World. I just argue as to the extent of it. I would strongly argue as to the extent of it. You feel me? Right? Um, so yeah, I'm glad to have answered that question. Um, let me hit me with some more questions, fam. Yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson. So here's my take on Dr. Claude Anderson, right? As somebody who has been there for the so-called war between Yvette and Dr. Claude Anderson. I think it's probably appropriate or time that I share my opinion about it. All right. Dr. Claude Anderson should be applauded for his advocacy of his long-term advocacy for the American descendants of slavery. Long time advocacy. So shout out to the brother for that. I will say, however, that Dr. Claude is not above criticism. I do believe that his powernomics does not take into account quite a few realities that we are addressing as ADOS people. Like the whole idea of building, floors, like you get your money up and then you get the politicians and so on and so forth, right? The strategy he lays out in Powernomics. We now know that due to our mass disenfranchisement and lack of access to capital and so on and so forth, that we don't have the capacity to do it the way that he talked about it. And Yvette was not wrong to mention the fact that he's got a failed business, right? It's kind of hard for you to talk to me about business when you're not a successful businessman. That's not to say that he hasn't been successful as an advocate for our people, that he is not somebody who's worthy of esteem or respect or props, right? But that is to say that critique is normal. Family, if you're going to be a member of the black sheep herd, I strongly recommend that you critique me. I am definitely not above reproach. If I'm out of pocket, if I give misinformation, if there's just something I just fuck up and slip and don't know, please let me know. All right? I depend on you for that. And Dr. Claude Anderson and these other personalities that we have cleaved to should be treated the same. None of them are above reproach. None of them are perfect, representatives, perfect saints of ADOS. You feel me? CRU, most millionaires have failed businesses. They just keep trying. Most millionaires in this country are white folk. They have the capital to just keep trying. Black folk can't keep taking mad L's in business and think that we can do it like white folks. We cannot. I'm sorry. You can think what you like. I'm not going to argue the whole black capitalism thing. I just will simply say the evidence, in my opinion, does not support your assertion. Right? Did I read the USA Today smear on slavery? Yeah, so Hannah Durkin wrote talking about the last slave to survive Middle Passage. I forget the sister's name or whatever, Rahawa or not Rahawa. That's bad. I shouldn't have said that. Like Raholia or something. I forget her name, but basically tried to, kind of intersectionalize ADOS shit. And of course, it will fail because it doesn't matter what you think about feminism or not as ADOS. This is about our lineage. We're not getting sidetracked on no bullshit side issues or whatever the case may be. Lila said, do I have thoughts on Nipsey? So I've been reading more about Nipsey in the last few days, the last week or so, since his unfortunate and untimely demise. And I do have a few thoughts on Nipsey. First of all, I have a much better understanding of just how deep the love between ADOS folk really goes. We talk all this shit about each other, but I think that the vast majority of us, and I say the vast majority, not all of us, because you still got the Butter Biscuit Coon Brigade, but the vast majority of us, if we were put in the same position, would be looking to do the same thing for our people. How many of us have sat around drinking a beer or wine cooler or smoking a joint or whatever the case may be, chopping it up with our fam and saying, man, if I ever get to come up, man, I want to do this for my people and I want to do that for my people. And not just talking about your family, talking about your neighborhood, right? Talking about, the city in which you live and so on and so forth, right? I truly respect the just absolute truth of his ADOS existence, his ADOS male existence in this country. Like Nipsey, I too had been involved a long time ago in gang activity. Like Nipsey, I too have made efforts to peace out with brothers, to quell the conflicts between us, to reach out the hand of love rather than the hand with the strap towards my brothers and sisters, right? Like Nipsey, I too have had dreams of building a legacy for not just myself, not just for my family, but for my community and my people. And I respect him. And he was a loss to us. Like his death is a loss to all of us. I think when it comes to Nipsey, that means Nipsey's life should teach us that we need to pay more attention to the brothers and sisters that we discount today. The ones that we call Bomb Quishas, Pookies, and Ray Rays. I believe that there is a hoard of untapped treasure that lies in every ghetto. And if we don't start going there and digging for that treasure and helping to bring it out, we only diminish ourselves as a people. That's what I think about Nipsey. May he rest. And I hope that answers your question, Lila. So many treasures in Compton, in Watts, in Oakland, in Philly, in B-More, in Houston, DFW, in Nolens, in Shreveport, you know what I'm saying? In Cleveland, in Youngstown, in the Lou, and in KC, in the Chi. So many treasures, so many jewels. And we want to listen to people tell us to throw them away. Fuck them niggas. You can't save them all. How do you know? We ain't even tried. We haven't even tried. Scared to go around your own people. I'm not saying risk your life and throw your shit away, but I am saying that you can go out there and put your face in front of their face. Not in a place of judgment, not trying to tell them how they living is fucked up. Everybody tells them how they living is fucked up. They know that. But to show them a different path that they can walk. JB asked, how do we wake the ADOS youth and get them on board creating more Nipseys? By teaching our young folk who and what they really are. That they come from the baddest folk that ever lived in the confines of the United States of America. We don't tell them that enough. We're ashamed of being descendants of the enslaved ourselves, which is why so many object to the term ADOS. We'll be anything but descendants of enslaved peoples. But our ancestors were some bad motherfuckers. Bad. They survived the crucible. Fortress America. Children of the impossible we are. Tell those children that. And not only tell them that, show them that by you believing that. Embrace your lineage. And encourage them to embrace their lineage. That's how we get them and wake them up. We tell them the goddamn truth. We stop pretending that our lives are something that they are not in this country. Let's stop lying to our children, telling them, boy, you need to go to school and get an education so you can get a good job and you don't have to live like me. Those days were, if they ever existed, are long over for ADOS folk. Hell, Generation X, my generation, was sold a bill of motherfucking goods. Let's stop lying to our kids. Let's stop pretending that we got it the way they think, that the way the media tells them they should have it. We should instill in our children a sense of the outrage that should exist at their birthright being denied them as citizens of one of the most powerful and greatest countries on the planet Earth. You can't get your children and your youth to respect you when you lie to them. You want the youth to be on board with ADOS? Stop living this aspirational bullshit ADOS faux ersatz life and start living the true one. Start showing them that you can't afford the shit you've been pretending you can afford all these years. Show them your motherfucking credit report with your credit score as 510 and all the debts you got on it. Show them the amount of your motherfucking student loans you gotta pay. Because your folks didn't have the resources to pay for you to go to college. Tell your children the truth and they will respect you. And not only that, but they will come behind you and be fighters. That is how you get the youth to get on board. Stop lying to yourselves. When you was a kid and the adults around you was lying about shit, you could see it a mile away. Man, why all the grown-ups acting funny? You knew it was bullshit. You knew fuckery was in the offing. When you are a black ADOS child, your spidey sense tingles. Damn, is something crazy going on? All the adults is acting weird and they all whispering and shit and things, this isn't looking right. You knew they was lying to you. You think your kids don't know you been lying to them? When they go in there on the dining room table and see a stack of envelopes, bills that high, you think they don't know? Stop lying to yourselves and start telling the truth about our existence as ADOS people here in this country, and start telling your children the truth. They will respect you for it. I know, because I have young folk that are members of the Angry Black Sheep and they respect me for keeping it a full buck with them. Made and Dade said, what do I think about celebrities neglecting reparations? I don't think nothing about it. Tell you the truth. Antonio kept it a full buck when he called these bastards members of a decadent veil, a group of folk designed to hide the reality of ADOS existence from all the rest of America. What are you niggers complaining about? Look at Michael Jordan. He's a multi-billionaire. I'll never be as rich as that guy. What are you fuckers complaining about? Look at Barack Obama. He was president of the United States. You can be president too. Right? The decadent motherfucking veil. The niggas who are a buffer class to show America a face of our reality that isn't real. I don't think nothing of them. The fact that celebrities in the main are not even talking about reparations, they ain't surprising. That's not even surprising at all. Because they're threatened by the fact of us getting our come up too. That's real talk. That is absolute real talk. So I don't think nothing about it. It doesn't surprise me in the fucking least, Made and Dade. Does it surprise you that these comfortable ass, white connected ass Negroes seem to have forgot who and what the fuck you are if they ever knew it in the first place? I hope that doesn't surprise you. These petty bourgeois boule ass Negroes like Show Enough is talking about, that don't surprise me in the least. Don't surprise me at all. Great question. Family, do we have any more questions for a brother? This is your last opportunity. I won't ask again until the next time, because I got a few announcements I'm gonna make after we have our contest. By the way, the contest is only open to those who are watching live right now. So if you are a member of the Angry Black Sheep, but you didn't decide to show up for your celebration, don't be mad at me if you didn't come up. Sure enough, I got my eyes on them too. And black man, you don't even know how blessed you are to be debt free. I wish I could claim the same, bruh. Ain't nothing wrong with it, CRU. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. When we gonna start you broadcasting with me? When you want to start? Get on Discord with me. We'll talk about it. Right? I told you I'm ready to get some people to come over here and make this channel what it could be. It can't just be your man Mark Black carrying the whole thing. I'd love to have some more advocates. I'd love to have people over here talking about music. But I'd love people talking about music from an ADOS perspective to bring us together. I'd like people to, I'm looking forward to have maybe a sister come over here and talk about natural hair care and beauty. But from an ADOS perspective, where we're not talking about no colorism bullshit and no fucked up ass topics, where we looking to unite. This is all about unification over here. You see what I'm saying? So get at me. That's right, Maid. They use the motherfuckers to speak for us. And Zen, I would love it if Dr. Anderson would actually run down to us what happens when a business fails. Tell us the truth. Tell us what caused the failure of your business. I have conjecture, right? Like his business was most likely undercapitalized. Do you know why? Because the overwhelming majority of small businesses that fail due to lack of capital. But see, if he tells the truth about the failure of his business, it may undercut a lot of this so-called black capitalism shit he's been pushing for a lot of years. No shade, just facts. No shade, just facts. I have a question for y'all. Oh, black man, when did I start smoking? Ooh, you taking full advantage. Okay, I was 17 when I first started smoking. Oh, by the way, somebody asked, was I going to Kentucky, right? The ADOS conference. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And yes, I will be, as you would say, top flight security. I'm not going there acting as security, but I'm talking about I will have the steel. There's a reciprocation between Washington State and Kentucky. And I can fly with my shit on the plane. So you can best believe that when you see me, ain't no worries about no white supremacists and no Dylan Roofs running up in there while I got a chance to draw a bead on them. I started smoking when I was 17, black man. I went to Job Corps in Clearfield, Utah. And I never really smoked. My mother was a smoker. My stepfather was a smoker. Most of my family smoked. And I liked smoke, right? Because some of my most powerful memories from when I was a child, I used to get real bad migraine headaches as a kid. And my mother would turn out all the lights because light makes, migraine sufferers nauseated and makes the migraine pain worse. She would turn out all the lights. She put a cold towel on my head. And I remember smelling the strike of her match when she used to smoke more cigarettes, right? So she would strike the match like this, and she would light her cigarette. I can remember to this day the smell of that and how good that smelled to me. But I still wasn't interested in smoking till I went to Job Corps. When you first get to Job Corps, you have a first couple of days is processing where they got you sitting in these boring ass meetings and shit like that. And so all the smokers was going outside chopping it up, talking, having a good time. And I was sitting in there bored. So I went outside, but I didn't want to look like a dumbass standing out there while everybody was smoking. So I asked this white boy named Robert French for a cigarette. And he gave me a Marlboro. I still like Marlboros. And that was when I started smoking. That first day I smoked one. Cigarettes were nasty. Second day I smoked a couple. Third day, I smoked like 3 or 4 of them. After that, I smoked a pack, and I smoked about a pack a day for about 20 years. But I haven't smoked for about 6 years now. I vape. I don't smoke, right? I don't do chew or smoke or anything like that. Because I started chewing when I went in the Army. I worked in a motor pool, and I couldn't smoke. And I was there, and it was one of them shit-kicking white boys from Appalachia who carried around a can of Copenhagen. So he gave me a chaw, and I started chewing for a while. So, yeah, nicotine is my biggest addiction. Love nicotine. Without my nicotine, I kill people. Right? Yeah. I used to smoke Newports, but I don't like menthols really. Um, I do like Salem's. If back in the day, if I had to smoke a menthol cigarette, I love Salem's, right? Um, and I also like smoking Marlboro, the green Marlboros, the menthol Marlboros. But I didn't really like Newports all that much. Let's see here. Questions. Zopound. Actually, I know about Zopound not because I spent a lot of time in Miami, but because the streets talk. As a former gangster, you know what I'm saying? You learn about gangs from all over. You know what I'm saying? You learn about gangs that are affiliated with you. You learn about gangs that will be most likely enemies of yours. You learn about other ethnic groups, gangs like the Latin Counts, Latin Kings. You learn about, Mara Salvatrucha and so on and so forth, right? You learn about the Sureños and the Norteños, you know what I'm saying? 18th Street, VGS. You learn about different gangs all over because the streets talk. You know what I'm saying? But no, I know about Zopound just because the streets talk. I did, however, start, I guess you would call it gang banging in Job Corps. I wasn't really affiliated. I mean, my neighborhood had a gang. They were Crips. So if anything, I would have been a Crip. But I got into some situations with some Crips that cost me, some trouble. I had to scrap a lot when I first got to Job Corps. People were spreading bad rumors about me, and I was in a Crip dorm, and somebody had told all these Crips that I was a blood from KC. So imagine being 17 years old and having to fight 5, 6 dudes a night just to get to sleep. Job Corps in a lot of ways is like the joint. You see what I'm saying? And I was able to get the beef squashed, but I had a lot of kind of animosity in me towards Crips. And when I met this homeboy of mine from Crenshaw Mafia, he just got me put on, and that was that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of any of that shit. That's ADOS life. I'm really a studious, intellectual kid. You know what I'm saying? I got straight A's in school. But when the streets call you, you either be a wolf or you be a sheep. And I didn't want to be a sheep. So I became the wolf. And that is what it is. I'm not happy about that. I'm not proud of any of that. But it's the reality of ADOS life for a lot of ADOS men. Right? Yes, Black Dollars. By the way, family, shout out to my brother Black Dollars, a strong, avid supporter of my work. The brother shows me love in every video. Man, you be embarrassing the shit out me, Black Dollars, man. You say so many good things about me, man. And I love you for it. Thank you, brother, for your love and your support. I want to give you a special shout out. August said, don't worry, Black man. I see your question. I'll get to it. August said, if I watch movies, what is my favorite movie and what about it makes it your favorite? Ooh, shit. Okay. Yes, I love movies. I love all types of movies. Like, I'm a movie nut. All right. And my favorite movie of all time is actually, I have two movies that are neck and neck. I can't choose between these two films. And you wouldn't believe me if I told you what they was. So I'm just going to say it. My two favorite movies of all time is Dances with Wolves and Farewell My Concubine. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with any of those. So if any of y'all like, what the fuck are those? I'll run them down, right? Dances with Wolves, y'all should be pretty familiar with. That's the Costner joint when he was, the soldier, the Union soldier who, fell in love with the Lakota, adopted Lakota woman and started fighting for the Indians and shit like that. I ain't gonna lie, that movie just has me weak, right? I love that movie. You dig? So, yeah, absolutely. And Farewell My Concubine is actually a Chinese film. And the reason why I love Farewell My Concubine is because it literally spans like 70, 80 years of Chinese history from the warlord era through Chiang Kai-shek's nationalist party rule, to the Japanese occupation of China, to the communist takeover. I mean, it's just an epic story that spans like a huge span of history. I love history, right? So plus it's a hell of an interesting story, because it's a story of jealousy, of love, of pain, of. By the way, peace, Miss Kwame. Right. Thank you so much again for your support, sister. I got mad love and respect for you. Be safe out there. All right. So those are my two favorite films. Right. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. There was a lot of issues with Dances with Wolves if you wanted to nitpick. For example, if you know anything about the Lakota language, men speak actually a slightly different form of the language than women do. But all of the people that were speaking in the movie were speaking the women's form of Lakota, right? So that was an interesting thing because I like languages and shit too, right? So yeah, I'm a nerd. Deal with it. You feel me? Miss Denny in the house. Okay, so somebody asked, I think it was a black man asked me, have I been to jail and for what? I've been to jail, but not prison, right? So I've been arrested a gang of times, like for different shit. My first arrest, I was 15 years old, and I got arrested for auto theft. I didn't steal the car. And this is not me claiming I was innocent or anything like that. I didn't even go to court or jail, or to trial for it. They know I didn't steal the car. It was a bullshit arrest in the first place. I was hanging out with my homeboy and this white boy from our school. And I'll admit, we were looking to steal a car, right? But after looking for hours, we just got tired. And I was like, man, fuck it. I'm ready to go to the house. The white boy was like, no, man, stand by, man. I'm about to get a car right now. So he jumps into this Blazer and starts tilting me. This dude walks up and starts asking me shit about the vehicle. Like, it's a nice vehicle, isn't it? I'm like, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing I know, he's drawing down on me like, get out on the motherfucking ground, I'll blow your goddamn head off. I'm like, wait, whoa, what the fuck? Right? I'm 15 years old, man. I'm a kid. I don't know what the hell's going on. So then he jumps on top of me, starts pistol whipping me with his gun and shit, and he arrests me and my homeboy. Meanwhile, he watched the white boy drive off in the vehicle. Yeah. Welcome to KC, right? So, Gorillawitz in the house. Yeah, so I've been arrested a few times. Most of the time I've been to jail though is because of driving without a license. I owed back child support for quite some time. And so when you owe back child support, they revoke your passport and your driver's license. Well, I still got to get from point A to point B. And the places in which I was living, the transportation there, like public transportation, is for shit. Right? So I drove my car, which meant that every so often I would get pulled over. And every so often I would have to go to jail. ADOS life, right? I've been arrested a bunch of times for driving while suspended. Usually I had to pay court fines, get, insurance and shit like that. You feel me? But as far as like prison goes, no, I have been very fortunate. Because I'll be honest, I should have been in prison at least a few times that I'm aware of. I was fortunate. I was the brother that didn't get caught. Just as a side note, on my 21st birthday, black man, you know what I did? You know how most people go out and drink and kick it with their peoples on their 21st birthday? I sat at home in the corner, staring at the wall and asking, how is it I'm still alive? Because I actually expected to have been dead long before 21. Being out there in the streets, gang banging, drinking like a puffer fish, getting high every day, scrapping, shooting, doing whatever. I was literally in shock that I had made it to 21 years old. I'm one of the brothers that was lucky. Not good, lucky. ADOS life. We got to tell the truth about this shit, family. We got to tell the truth about our existence. We don't talk about the shit we survived. I done been shot. I was showing Miss Denny bullet wound in my leg the other day. And back in the day, with all the gang shit going on, I don't know how it is today, but if you get shot, you can't go to the hospital. Because unless you tell them who shot you, they arrest you. So here I am sitting with a 25 bullet in my leg that I got to get out somehow. So I took a pair of tweezers that my mom had, that she used to tweeze the hair on her face and shit like that, a bottle of motherfucking peroxide and a towel, and I dug that bullet out my leg on my own. I didn't go to the motherfucking the hospital. I wasn't gonna go to jail for a shootout I didn't even start. I was out walking my dog. Dude walked past me. I didn't even know who he was. You see what I'm saying? Sure, I had my flag, but I'm at my crib, right? So I'm flying my flag. It's my shit. I seen dude. I noticed dude, but I wasn't really out there looking for dude. Meanwhile, he was just about to hit the corner and start going down the block. And he turned back around and started dumping at me. So I started dumping back. He took off running. I don't know if I hit him or not, but he took off running. I ran up in the house and my mother starts yelling at me. And I'm like, he started shooting at me. I didn't do nothing to him, right? You know what I'm saying? And then she said, and you in here bleeding all over my motherfucking carpet. I said, bleeding? And I looked around, I looked down, and the motherfucker shot me in the leg. You feel me? ADOS life in the 90s during the crack era, man, was no motherfucking joke. It really was no. CRU, back in the day, they used to arrest your ass. Okay, so this is how it went down. You get in a shootout, right? You go to the hospital. They're not going to treat you necessarily like a patient. They're going to treat you like a potential suspect because they don't know if you shot somebody else. So they're going to dust your hands for gun residue, for gunpowder residue and all that shit. And if you don't fess up to who it is or what the incident was, you don't talk. And the streets code is you don't snitch. It don't matter if a motherfucker shot you or not. You don't say nothing. Then they arrest you. Now, again, I don't know if they do shit these days differently or whatever, but back during the motherfucking crack era and the colors and Crip and Blood era, nah, your ass went smooth the fuck to jail, bullet wound or not. That was the way it was. And the only hospital in the city was a motherfucking death trap. Truman Hospital, Truman Medical Center in Kansas City. If anybody lived there and know that back in the day, Truman Medical Center, unless you was having a baby or you was, man, motherfuckers would check into Truman that is, I just got a little something going on, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Check into Truman, for hospitalization and come home dead. No bullshit. It was a scary motherfucking hospital to go to, man. So I definitely wasn't about to go up in that motherfucker. No. No, sir. Oh, yeah, CRU. I know about the Chi. I spent some time up there in the Chi in Schaumburg. Boy, the Chi ain't no motherfucking joke. All them, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they didn't have no problem with you bleeding to death. They didn't give a fuck. They asking questions first and treating you second. I know, Tazaba, because, again, we got to be telling the truth about ADOS existence. I told y'all, this Q&A was going to be unvarnished, no holds barred, no topic closed, 100% truth. My life and many of your lives would be prize winning. We talking about Grammy and Emmy winning stories if motherfuckers wrote books and acted that shit out on film. Oh yeah. The only problem with that one though, Gorilla though, is that in the hood, so I had moved from my old hood where I knew somebody that I could go to. So I was in a new neighborhood and didn't know who to go to get that shit. Yeah, CRU Schomburg was hella reckless back in the day too. Hella reckless. Shit. Let's tell it true, family. The crack era damn nearly decimated our people. Shit, they owe us reparations if nothing else for that. And we know the government was behind that shit. That shit was all done with the imprimatur of Ronald Reagan, Herbert Walker Bush, and the motherfucking CIA. We all know. But they gonna tell us this country don't owe us nothing. Shit. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have went to Miami in the 80s and 90s. They was wilding down in that motherfucking. They was wilding, wilding in Baltimore. I like the hood. Don't get me wrong, I feel hella comfortable in the hood, even today. But there's certain motherfucking cities I just wouldn't go in. Cause them motherfuckers was ruthless. Ruthless. Let me tell you something, CRU. I not only was up there in Schaumburg, but I was up there in Schaumburg with some motherfucking Puerto Ricans. Me and my dude was the only two Negroes I saw up there. I wilded out in Schaumburg though. That's I kicked it up in that motherfucker. You feel me? B-More was wild. Absolutely wild. Newark, wild. You know what I'm saying? Wild. The Chi, hell, I went to a concert up in the Chi. It was an Eazy-E concert. We hadn't even been out of the concert 5 minutes before motherfuckers started shooting. It was crazy. Black man said I had a stepdad. Where's my biological father? My biological father, as far as I'm aware, black man is still alive. Shout out to my biological dad, right? Because I believe it or not, I got nothing but respect for my biological. Schaumburg, Illinois. As a father myself who has been through child support, child custody issues, and so on and so forth, I actually can understand how a situation could arise where where my biological father wasn't able to really be involved in my life. From all accounts of what I know about him, he's a great man, a fireman, somebody well known in the community, well respected, a good man. And so I got mad respect and mad love for him. I'm grateful for him having given me life. I know that I have half brothers and sisters with with him and the woman he ultimately did marry, right? I did get a chance to meet my grandmother, his mother, before she passed away. She couldn't talk to me though. She had a stroke. But yeah, I got mad respect for my biological man. And you would think that because he wasn't in my life that I wouldn't feel like that. But the older I get and the more experience I have with life, the better I understand how some choices you don't make, those choices are made for you. You know what I'm saying? This is not to, excuse him in any way or shape or fashion. It's just to say that I understand him, right? And so with that in mind, Kenneth, man, you made a great cat. There's a lot of people who have respect for me, who love me, who care for me. I hope that I turned into what you thought your child would turn into when you found out you was going to be a father, bruh. Got mad love for you. So CRU said, no, wait. No, that was girl 123, boy 456. So y'all on board with ADOS being added to 2020 census? Yes or no? Hell yes. Hell to the fuck yes. Beyond a doubt. No, beyond a doubt. Absolutely. You know what, David, my stepfather, was a complete bastard. But you know what though? To a certain extent, I even got love for him. Yeah, I said it. He was a monster to me, man. He was so abusive, man. He used to torture me. He used to beat me. He was a monster. But I'm grateful as hell to my stepfather because you know what? My stepfather taught me what not to be as a dad. My children love my ass. They don't fear me. They love me. They respect me. They esteem me. My stepfather taught me some good lessons. I wish I could have learned them perhaps in a different way. But thank you, bruh. I appreciate that you had no other way to teach me but how you taught me. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I forgive you. I forgive you, and I got no animus towards you, man. No animus whatsoever. David, I hear you, bruh. I hear you. One thing about being ADOS is we are the living epitome of that which does not kill you will make you better, will make you stronger. Because it seems like at times, especially if you're an ADOS male, that life is here to take you smooth the fuck out the box. This is why I say consistently, we are the children of the impossible. From the moment we came out our mother's womb, we wasn't supposed to be here. So every day we snatch on this little blue dust ball is a day of justice. And that's facts. Every day of living, we snatch back from the borrowed time that was given to us from the moment the doctor slapped us on the ass. Shows how bad of a people we are. We some bad motherfuckers. I admire y'all so much you don't even understand. Yeah, I don't even, I lack the vocabulary to tell you, as my tribes people, as my brothers and sisters, how much I esteem you. That's real talk. Yeah, just looking at y'all, just being around you, just talking to y'all, and feeling the energy of the descendants of the strongest, baddest people on the fucking planet. I can't get enough of this shit. Oh, Jazz is getting her funeral preached. David, we the roses that came up out of the concrete, bruh. That's right, money. We've been through stuff that would have killed anybody else. But we also have our problems from the stuff that would have killed anybody else. Family, another thing that I'm going to do to make ADOS better is I'm going to talk more about mental health care. We got a lot of brothers and sisters out here that are out here walking around with mental health issues that ain't diagnosed. I've been diagnosed with ADHD. And yes, I take medication. Do I look fucked up to y'all? Do I look like some psycho ass motherfucker to you? No. My brain wired different. And the medication helps your brother out. There ain't no shame in going and seeing a therapist. There ain't no shame in going and talking with somebody about the traumas that you've been through. Bunch of black folk, ADOS folk walking around here with undiagnosed PTSD. I'm 15 years old, getting pistol whooped by cops. I'm 9 years old, getting lashed to strips with motherfucking extension cords, being physically tortured with stress positions. I'm 17 years old, treating my own gunshot wounds. The surprise wouldn't be if I had some mental issues. The surprise would be if I didn't. You feel me? I know it, Black Dollars. Family, we have greatness in us. But you can take gold itself and batter it to the point where it looks like shit. We need to be looking at depression issues amongst the black community. Because yes, family, black people do commit suicide. I'm so sick of all these conspiracy theories. Oh, black people don't hang themselves. The fuck they don't? Our little brother who hung himself at 23 years old in New York, who spent 3 years being beat up, being abused, probably have been raped in Rikers. Jumped out his motherfucking bedroom window and hung himself. Black people do kill themselves, family. My brother last year on Memorial Day, sitting on my mama's couch, a two-striker, getting ready to go to court on what might have been his third, pulled out his gun, put it in his motherfucking mouth, and blew his brains all over my motherfucking mother's couch. We are gold. But we've been battered. And you have to find a place to be repaired mentally, physically, economically, spiritually, whatever you believe. This is a must. This is a must. We have lived as ADOS people, even the most upper crust among us, have lived a life that would have most people of other ethnicities on the verge of wanting to kill their motherfucking self. And yet, we the last ones. Yes, thank you, Miss Denny, our brother Khalif. May he rest. Khalif Browder. We all need somebody to help us touch this up. To take it and refine us a little bit. To roll out, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. So that we can get those mental bugs out of our head. So we can start to see shit clearly. Maid, you're going to have to re-ask your question, brother. I want to make sure I respond to it. Thank you, August. My brother is a prime example of ADOS life. And I will never be whole. Losing my brother was like losing a limb. You can learn to cope, but you never the same. You never that same piece you was before you lost your limb. The trauma never stops because we won't fight. And I don't mean picking up the gun and running out in the streets and doing stupid shit. But I'm saying, as ADOS, you have stood for everybody. There's nobody that can have an issue, a trauma, a problem that they're facing that can't come to you and get a willing ear and a shoulder. Who can't come to you and get advocacy. But you won't fight like that for your own tribes people, your own brothers and sisters. To ask why this is, like Ms. Denny said, is to court insanity. You'll never know the reason why. The whys really don't matter. Let us deal with the whats so we can get to a place where we can be comfortable enough to start to ask the whys. And we might get lucky and actually run across some real answers. But I don't focus on whys anymore. I stopped focusing on whys a long time ago. I can deal with whats. I can't do shit with whys. You feel me? ADOS existence is a fight between falsehood and reality. We have to fight. There's a book that I want to recommend to y'all before I end this broadcast. It was written by this white dude, but he'd been horribly abused as a child, raped by his stepfather, brutalized, beaten, and all this other shit. His name is Derek Jensen, and he wrote a book called Endgame. And he talked about how you are to treat abusers, because America, in a great sense, has been like an abuser to us. You can try to reason with an abuser. You can try. You can try and appeal to the morality of an abuser. You can try. But at some point, Derek Jensen argues, you have to stop the abuser by any means you can figure out. Whether it's through physical violence, whether it's through, burning their, stealing their resources, whatever you have to do to stop the abuse, you do it. Maiden Date said, how do you suggest we respond to hostility towards reparations at the workplace? Okay, Maid, I'm going to give you an answer, but it's not the answer. Actually, I'm going to give you two answers to that question. I'm going to give you the answer that will best assist you in being able to maintain your employment at that place. Mention things like that when you're not on company time. I don't want to see anybody lose their job for advocacy for ADOS. Now, I'm going to give you how I would handle it. Fuck they hostility. Tell the truth always. The truth is always going to piss off somebody. That's how you know it's the truth. That's how you know it's the truth. If you say something and people ain't pissed off, you need to check yourself. If you tell people the truth of the matter and somebody's not hostile against your interests, you need to check your facts. You need to check your data. That's real talk. But I don't expect you to jeopardize, you know what I'm saying? Look, I got a powerful need to eat sometime this month. If I'm on the job, I'm not trying to jeopardize that shit talking to somebody about ADOS. Now, if we have a little event off the campus, or, I got some buddies or whatever, whether they white boys or black dudes, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and we go off site, yeah, I'll discuss it then, because then fuck what they talking about. But yeah, I wouldn't discuss that shit at work. They already looking for ways to get rid of your ass. Don't give them no ammunition. You see what I'm saying? I don't agree that it's not the time or place. I just agree that you don't need to jeopardize your shit like that. You feel me? Yeah. By the way, family, make sure to go to Black Dollar's YouTube channel and subscribe. He's got a super small channel, but the brother is all ADOS all the motherfucking time. Go show him some love today, right? Boost his subscriber numbers up some. The brother is, and wait a minute, you want to talk about a brother that dressed sharp. Woo, Black Dollars, I'm telling you, boy, you be clean. Shining like a new penny. Brother look good. I be sitting over here hating like, damn, I need to get me a shirt like that. I need to get me a tie like that. You know what I'm saying? He be looking good. Show that brother some love, family. All right, family. The questions are starting to slow up, and I appreciate... Oh, by the way, last time, any other questions for your man? This is an opportunity for you to ask me anything about any topic, any question. Yeah, Black Dollar's history lessons are on point. This brother runs it down, okay? From word say go. When you done watching his broadcast, you ain't got no motherfucking excuse for not knowing your shit. Nah, brother, thank you. Thank you, Black Dollars. Brother, your shit be on point. And the fact that you enhance that with some eye candy for the sisters, that don't hurt none either. You feel me? You shine bright. You definitely shine bright. Ask your question, Gorilla Wits. I'm your Huckleberry. You be cracking me up with the caps. He's like, I got a question. Well, I got an answer, hopefully. Yeah, Jazz. I know the sisters gotta have their eye candy. Telling the brother be clean, sharp. He's got his little Saints seat covers on the back of the car, right? Be sitting there with that little off-white shirt on with the matching bow tie and shit. Skin just glistening. Telling you, bro, you make me feel bad about myself sometimes, goddammit. I need to shine up for y'all sometimes, shave up, you know, get a little licking, spit and polish. You feel me? Because you be shining, my brother. Ro, welcome to the broadcast. Gorillawitz said, hypothetically, how much sense does it make for you to ask for something from the enemy which has been stolen for you for it back? Great motherfucking question. And just like all questions, the devil is in the details. So we're not going to take it hypothetically. Let's just address the question as it is, Gorillawitz, right? How much sense does it make for you to ask for something from the enemy which has been stolen from you for it back? It don't make no sense at all. Which is why ADOS cannot be asking. This is a demand. Not only that, but demands have to include or else. It is up to us as ADOS people to do two things. Just two. Number one, we need to make sure that we do not stress. We do not stress. Yes, you were. I know that we do not stress being aggressive, being demanding. We have to be demanding. We have to. Like our brother Frederick Douglass said, power does not exceed nothing without a demand. It never has and it never will. It won't concede shit unless you demand it, right? You feel me? Number two, we have to back that demand up with some force. Whether we ultimately decide on it being physical force, i.e. counter violence, or we make it political force, or economic force, or numerical force, or whatever the case may be, we're going to have to back up our demand with some oomph. There will have to be an or else. Y'all are going to pay the debt that is due our people, or else. We do those two things, we got a damn good shot at seeing the justice that our ancestors fought, bled, and died for. We don't do that, we ain't got an iceberg's chance of hell. Begging, asking, pleading, appealing to their morality, protesting, none of that shit's gonna make a bit of fucking difference. None. It hasn't and it won't. So I hope that answers your question to your satisfaction, dear brother. All right. So, family, it is time for the giveaway. All right. Now, to enter the contest, and again, it is limited to those of you who are currently viewing live right now. If you couldn't stick with us through all the way through this thing, fuck you. No, I'm kidding, but fuck you for real though. All right. To enter into the contest, right, you're going to type in an exclamation mark and the word winning. Now, don't do it as of yet. Okay? So it's exclamation and all lowercase winning. Like I stay winning. You feel me? Right? So, when I give you the signal, those of you who are interested, the prize is a $50 Visa gift card or $50 delivered via your Cash App, PayPal, however you choose to receive it. Okay? All right. Go. Family, this is my way of saying thank you, of giving a little something back for all the love and support that you give to me. I want to keep things like this coming. Every month, I'm committing to a drawing, a giveaway, on the last sucker-free Saturday of every month moving forward. All right. So make sure you type in that winning, right? And that enters you into the contest. And again, the prize is a $50 Visa gift card, or if you want it delivered via PayPal or Cash App, you have that option too as well. No cheating, CRU. I see you. No, I'm just fucking with you, bro. I'm just mad. You can't cheat this. So let me get this straight. There's a whole bunch of y'all that don't like money. I'm just saying. This isn't a trick. I'm not hacking your matrix right now. I'm offering to give you some bread. I got 21 people watching. I should see 21 motherfucking names up in here. Y'all like money, right? Y'all like winning. I know, CRU. I'm just messing with you, bruh. Twyla, if you're trying to enter, remember it's exclamation mark and the word winning. And again, this is for all of you watching live right now. I'm going to be closing it off here shortly. So if you have not entered, speak now, forever hold your peace. I hear you, Cease. I hate poverty, damn it. I hate it. All right. That's done time turkey, family. Let's go ahead and pick the winner. And here we go. Show enough. Holla at your man. Congrats. You have won, my brother. Go ahead and just pop something in the chat real quick just to let me know you still here. Otherwise, I'll run the contest again. It's only going to be for whoever. There's my man. Woo woo. Hey, show enough, stay winning. Show enough, stay winning. Yes. All right, so show enough. Your options are a $50 Visa gift card. If that's how you want it, I don't want you to be putting your information, in public, right? So I want you to go ahead and either email me at blackoutcastmedia@gmail, right? Or jump on the Discord and I will take you off to the side in a private chat room and get your information and mail it out to you. Or, sure enough, if you have Cash App or PayPal, you can go ahead and just email me with your PayPal information or whatever the case may be, and I will get that $50 to you, all right? And congratulations on the winning. I really, it was my honor to be able to do this giveaway for you. Family, so couple of things before I go, all right? First of all, the congratulations ain't for me. Y'all are the angry black sheep. This work, this advocacy is not only my duty, my sacred honor, my responsibility, but it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure to be your advocate, to be a voice for you and your interests. So the congratulations goes out to you, the angry black sheep. We're not nearly finished, family. Not nearly finished. Our next goal, sub-wise, is 2,500, right? So make sure when you come to the broadcast that you are doing 3 things. 1, hit the like or the hater button. Let YouTube know that this is content you want people to see. Number 2, all of y'all are on social media, so don't act brand new. Copy the damn link and share it, right? Get other eyeballs, get other people coming in here and watching this content, right? And the third thing is if you haven't subscribed yet, if you still straddling the fence, you still not sure you want to mess around with your man Mark Black, go ahead and stick around a while, stay a while. I don't bite much, right? Because here you get a voice that speaks for you. You get a heart that beats for you. You get advocacy, work for you. And you get it with a smile, not grudgingly, but with a smile, with a joy, with a happy in them to do it for you. We haven't even begun just yet. We got so much more to do, family. When we get 2,500 subs, I'm going to do a broadcast of 24 hours for charity. We're going to have a vote. I'm going to put up a poll. We're going to pick a charity. And I'm going to talk, broadcast the whole 9 yards for 24 hours for charity. Also, when we hit that 2,500 mark, I'm going to have a drawing for a $250 Visa gift card or $250 to your Cash App, PayPal, whatever it is. And every 2,500 after that, right? Every 2,500 after that, we're going to have another contest. And when we hit the 10,000 subscriber mark, family, I'm going to, first of all, scream, because I don't know how the hell I'm going to deal with 10,000 angry black sheep. But we're going to have a contest, and I'm going to give away $1,000 cash. Visa gift card or Cash App, PayPal, however you want to do it. I also would encourage you, again, support your interests, support my work. If you have a few spare coins you want to throw your brother's way, trust me, it's not you donating. I give back, right? So you give, you get a chance to get back, unlike some, right? There's also links in the description field for books to purchase, links to Amazon. Those links support my channel and my work. There's my merchandise, my ADOS merchandise, which will be going away pretty soon, but there will always be Angry Black Sheep merchandise, right? Bomb merchandise to check out. And again, family, we're not done. We're not done by a long shot. We have so much more work to do, but we're going to do it, and we're going to dance the whole fucking time we do it. Because like Emma Goldman said, a revolution that I can't dance in, I don't want to fucking be a part of. And an ADOS revolution that I can't smile and joke and laugh and cry and pray and bleed and live and die with my people is a revolution I don't want to fucking be a part of. So, in honor of our 1,000 large herd of angry black fucking sheep, your man Mark Black wants to say thank you. I love you. Keep it coming. Keep coming. Keep supporting. Keep sharing. Keep loving. And until the next time I see you, family, I want to wish you all love, peace, prosperity, and power. Real power to our people.